Hello everyone, Trophy Wine Hunter. Welcome back to my YouTube channel. As viewers and subscribers may know, I just recently visited Switzerland. So I came back, had a great time visiting with one of my subscribers who was so nice to get some wines, some Swiss wines. He purchased them and his fiance made us a great dinner. It was spectacular to visit with him, and I learned so much about Swiss wine. So I'm going to do a video on a deep dive on Swiss wines and what I learned during my trip. We had a wonderful meal at a one-star Michelin restaurant in Geneva called Chat Bot, and I'll go through. They had a really wonderful wine list. I think I did a video on their wine cellar. They have a magnificent cellar and great storage conditions for those wines that haven't been touched for probably 50 or 60 years at least. And so really enjoyed some of the wines. So I think viewers and subscribers will love that video. I'm going to do a video on the 2006 Cos d'Esternel, which I have here. And we'll see what else life brings us in terms of drinking. Every month I kind of talk about different things. And one of the things that I do want to talk about this month is, this concept that there are good vintages, bad vintages, good wines, bad wines. Really want to reiterate, it's really first of all, everyone has their own palate and their own taste. So it's really hard to say one wine is a good wine or exceptional wine. You can say for your palate it is, because some people just don't like Bordeaux. Some people don't like Italian wines. Some people don't like Spanish wines. Some people don't like Pinot. So you can't say just because personally you don't like a wine that's not a good wine. You can say it's not a good wine for yourself. And likewise, we get a little bit caught up in vintages. So especially with Bordeaux vintages, a lot of people get caught up in, oh, these are the best vintages. I think we have to be a bit more mature about this and talk about what they call drinking vintages and collecting vintages, because there's two distinct differences in terms of vintages. For a normal consumer, we like to drink wines, and probably we want to drink wines as soon as possible. That means, if possible, we would like to have wines that drink right away, that we don't have to age 20 years to really enjoy. That would be the ideal scenario. And in that case, that is a lot of wines that are what they would call not great vintages or off vintages. Those are what we call drinking vintages. When we talk about great vintages, a lot of times this has to do with resale, auction. So if you are buying wines for investment, in general, you want to buy the best vintages, because those will have the longest storage of time, they will have the highest scores, and people who buy and sell or trade these wines look for scores. So that's really important to auction or people who buy wines to make money. That is generally not most of us. Some people may sell one wine or two wines or trade wines with their friends, but most of us are not in the business of trading wines. So, the good vintages really is an academic type argument. For my perspective, a lot of times I serve a lot of what they would call off vintage. I'll drink the off vintages because they do drink a little bit earlier, and from a pleasure perspective, that is, it's a better wine to taste when it's young. So don't be surprised if you're in a blind tasting and you have these 100-point wines and then you have these 88-point wines and you prefer the 88-point wine. That probably happens more often than people think, because that 88-point wine is probably a wine that will drink a lot younger and probably have a little shorter shelf life. And the 100-point wine generally is going to be built for aging and may take 15 or 20 years to really flush out and to express itself. The other thing that I will try to do in the future is start to focus on the trophy wines. And I'm not trying to be uppity about these things or arrogant. It's just at my level of in life, I have been drinking for many years and have tried many wines. And it's not that there are not those wines that I enjoy. It's just a matter of I would now at my stage in life would like to drink less. And so when you drink less, you have to focus more on what you want to drink. The second reason is I think that's where I can bring something to the YouTube community. Many other people, many other YouTubers have got the value end of wines covered. And many of them drink more of those wines than I do, have more experience, have more to say. I try to stick to things that I have a little bit more experience with, and that's generally older Bordeaux, Burgundy, older world wines. Not that I won't do Valley wines, not that I won't do BC wines, not that I won't do some wines that just interest me. But in general, I'll try to stick to Bordeaux and Burgundy and in general older stuff because I think that is more interesting to my audience. That's something that I don't think many other people do as often as I do. And with anything, I think the experience, just drinking many bottles of older wine, you actually get a sense of them. You also get a feel of the wines and how to serve them. So that really is my niche in terms of what this channel presents. Not that I won't do things that are out of the blue, but I think that's really my focus point. So hopefully I will try to get back to that. Lastly, before I go to the part of where I focus on what is out there in BC liquor stores this month, if viewers and subscribers recall, my New Year's resolution was that I was not going to try and purchase any wines this year for personal consumption. I've kind of fallen off the wagon now. It's September. I did pretty well. But it did help me. It did kind of focus me. I drank down my cellar by about 50 bottles. Not bad. And I think going forward, I will try to continue that. I won't go on a complete prohibition of buying wines, but I will kind of focus on older wines, more high-end wines. I do want to focus my drinking a little bit on, and I don't drink as much as I used to. I just want to kind of drink good wines. And again, people might say you're Trophy, you're being stuck up. Well, my name is Trophy Wine Hunter, but also it's really that given my age, I do have to kind of drink less than I did as compared to a 20-year-old or a 30-year-old or someone who's just starting with wines. There's a lot of excitement. And when you start in the wine world and you haven't really drank a lot of wines, there's a huge amount of excitement and you want to drink every day. I really encourage people to do that at the younger age and when they're just starting out, drink everything. But I've kind of through that phase now and I really at a point in my kind of life cycle where I'd like to I know kind of what I like to drink. Not that I'm going to be stuck in my ways, but if something interests me, that's what I'll drink. And but in general, there are still things that I have not drunk that still interest me in the areas that I prefer to drink. So you'll see more of that hopefully as the months go on. The rest of this video will be focused on what's available in BC liquor stores. And by the way, this month I'm focusing on a new BC liquor store that's located in Arbutus. It's called the Arbutus BC liquor store. It's fairly new in a new development area. And I went there and it was actually a really nice store and they actually have a lot of deals. So it was really clearly laid out. It was quiet. There's parking. So that's why I kind of went there this time and I was pleasantly surprised by the selection that they had. Hope you enjoy the rest of this video. Here's what's new or on sale in BC liquor stores for the month of October 2024. And this month I'm featuring things that I found at the Arbutus BC liquor store. It's a fairly new liquor store in a new development. I'll have the address in the comment section. But check it out. It's actually got a really good selection and I found a lot of on sale items there that I really like. So the first one is the Beringer 2020 Cabernet Sauvignon Knights Valley. So this is a fairly popular wine. It's a really good price on this, reduced from $51.99 to $41.99. It is a blend, 83% Cabernet Sauvignon, 7% Cabernet Franc, 7% Merlot, 2% Malbec, 1% Petit Verdot. But basically a Cabernet Sauvignon. It's aged 15 months in 33% new oak, 14.5% alcohol. You're going to have a big juicy red. So pretty good price for this wine. Another wine on sale and an interesting compare and contrast is the Robert Mondavi 2019 Cabernet Sauvignon from Napa Valley. This one is priced $59.99, reduced to $49.99. So this is 80% Cabernet Sauvignon, 11% Merlot, 5% Petit Verdot, 3% Cabernet Franc, and 1% Malbec. Again, both of them are really big, bold, juicy, red Californian wines. And it'll be a nice compare and contrast because you get the 2019, 2020 vintages, and also you get Napa versus Knights Valley. So I'm not sure if you could really taste the difference. Personally, I don't think I could taste the difference between the different districts in California, but probably the 19 and 20, you'll probably see a preference one way or another. Next wine is one of my favorite value wines. I'm not a big heavy wine drinker, and I'm not usually liking Zinfandel, which is quite heavy and alcoholic. But if you're gonna drink Zinfandel, this is one of the best out there. It's always a great value and always good quality. This is the Sagaccio 2021 Sonoma County Zinfandel. This is just their entry level Zinfandel. They make a number of single vineyard site and regional Zinfandels, but they've got like 5 or 6 different Zinfandels, but this is just their entry level. It's priced reduced this month from $37.99 to $34.99, and it's just a blend of Zinfandels from their vineyards in Russian River, Dry Creek, and Alexander Valley, and I just think they do a really good job of this. It's always very balanced. It's nice and packs a real punch, but still has that lots of fruit and lots of balance and smoothness. I think it's 92 points Wine Spectator, but great wine. I don't know what it was with the Arbutus store. Maybe it was just how they laid things out, but I found a lot of good deals and easy to see sailed wines that I liked. So saw a lot of stuff that I really liked this month. This is from MollyDooker. This is their 2021 Blue-Eyed Boy Shiraz. Again, real expert of Australian wines, particularly Shiraz. The Blue-Eyed Boy is actually, I guess, the owner's son, Luke, who is now heading up the sales team. And matured 100% in American oak, 55% is new, 45% is 1 year old. Always fruit forward, it's always impactful, really delicious. If you like Shiraz, Australian Shiraz. I think it's a 92 point weight. I think it is a 92 point rating Wine Spectator. Blue-Eyed Boy would be a premium wine out of the MollyDooker labels. And if you want something a little bit more inexpensive, then you have the Boxer, which is a 2021 vintage. It's on sale this month from $35.99 to $33.99. Grapes are grown in the McLaren Vale and the Langhee Creek, so very similar. It's probably just not going to be as complex and smooth as Blue-Eyed Boy, but still a great wine for the price. The next wine is another Australian wine, but it's a Cabernet Sauvignon blend. I really liked this wine in the past and happy to see it in the liquor stores. It's the Corner 2022 The Claire, and it's reduced from this month from $49.99 to $44.99. So this is a blend of 65% Cabernet Sauvignon, 11% Cabernet Franc, 11% Grenache, 7% Malbec, 4% Carignan, and 2% Scararello. It's planted from some old vines, some in 1998 and 1990 and 1930. It's described as a Bordeaux varietal in a Loire style, vibrant, bright fruits and soft tannins. I tasted this wine before in different vintage, but really loved it. It's aged in Slavonian Fondres for 12 months and then racked in steel for 4 months. It's not going to be a hugely intense wine. I think it's kind of a drink and open right now type of wine. It's 2 wines that are really nice and affordable and on sale this night. On, on sale this month. The first one is the Ornellaia 2021 La Volte. It's reduced from $34.99 to $31.49. Really like this wine. It's kind of just an easy drinking with good quality, and you don't really have to wait for it. It's just popping open. You can age it for a little while, but it's great right now. It's an IGT blend, so it's 50% Merlot, 30% Sangiovese, 20% Cabernet Sauvignon. Gives you that little bit of Sangiovese and Italian spin on it, but it's a real good quality wine. Never disappoints. I think it's 92 points, Wine Spectator. The wine next to it is the Modus Ruffino 2020, reduced from $34.99 to $27.99. Again, great quality for the price. Blend of Sangiovese, Merlot, and Cabernet Sauvignon, first produced in 1997. You can compare and contrast these two wines because they're both IGT wines, very similar in terms of the blending. This is aged in French and American oak cask for about 12 months. So again, stylistically, these are both drinking right away. Can last a couple of years or maybe 5 years, but they're really intended to be early drinking and just kind of good value, affordability, and exemplifying really good quality Italian wines at affordable prices. Really happy I found this wine. This is the Mont Delra 2020 Custosa Superior Banco. And so this wine, I think it's also called Ca del Magro, but Mont Delra is located in Custosa Veneto, and their 2019 vintage was on the top 100 Wine Spectator list. It's a blend of many different grape varietals, like 10 of them, mostly Garganega, which is about 40% of the blend, and just a really unique type drink. It's gonna have like a lot of yellow fruit, quince, pears, honeysuckle, with a little bit of spice. So I think it's just a great value. It's reduced this one from $24.99 to $22.99. Really unique Italian white wine that's going to be nice, easy drinking, but it might be going good. Might go well with some shellfish, but really pleasant drink. This is another interesting buy. I love it because it's unique. It's Italian. It's kind of affordable, and it's something to try. Something out of the ordinary and good quality too. So this is from the Sardinia region, so it's Argiolas, and it's their 2022 Costa Molino. Argiolas is a great old winery, founded in 1938, kind of a value producer. This is 100% Vermentino grape, and that grape is gonna, again, show a lot of lime or green apple, grapefruits, almonds. It's gonna have good acidity and maybe medium alcohol, so not really high alcohol content, but again, great with shellfish or any type of fish type dish, like a grilled fish. Spectacular, and it's not going to kill you in terms of the pricing. $21.99 now, reduced this month to $19.99. And the last wine I have for you, another white wine. It's from Bodega Garzan out of Uruguay. Love their stuff. I think this is their 2022 Albarino Reserva. It's reduced from $24.99 to $22.99. Again, not your typical grape, but at a price where it's kind of nice to just try it out. Albarino is going to be a paler yellow color wine. It's going to have a lot of citrus notes, have a little bit of minerality, and it's going to be really quite light, not oaky. It spends 3 to 6 months on lees in stainless steel tanks. Just pop it open, enjoy it. It's just like an aperitif wine or light wine with appetizers or cheese, but really interesting. Hope you've enjoyed this video. Until next time, happy drinking.